Hi, I'm Rachel from Rachel's and welcome to my cake school. In this quick and easy tutorial, I'm going to show you how to pipe this really pretty little crocus flower. There's loads of them popping up in the garden in the UK at springtime at the moment, and that's what we're going to emulate onto this lovely little cake. It makes a fabulous filler flower and will look amazing in amongst your bouquets and boxed collections. So, the piping tips that we're going to be using today, we've just got three. We've got a PME 1.5, a PME number 3, and we've got a number 79. That's this slightly curved smiley tip. And we've got 3 colours today, keeping it nice and simple. Good old gooseberry green by Sugar Flare. We've got egg yellow, and we're using a lovely colour called orchid for our lovely petals. So that's our flower. Let's get started. So before we start piping our little flower, we need to flat ice our cupcake. So basically that's just bringing some of our lovely vanilla buttercream across the top of our cake so that we fill in all of those papery edges and make a really nice, neat finish. Now, with our lovely crocus flower, what we want to do is create a little bit of a dome to the top of our cake so that we give it some shape. So I'm gently adding a bit more buttercream to the top of the cake, just to create that lovely sort of dome shape, bringing my knife from side to side and creating a nice smooth top. And don't worry too much, this bit doesn't have to be completely perfect. We just want to create a little dome. Okay, so now we're ready to go on and pipe the flowers. So if I grab our first piping tip, that's the number 79. So you can see there, it's that lovely smiley face, and that's what we're going to use to pipe the lovely petals of our crocus. And we've got that orchid colour in there. So what you're going to need to do is tighten the bag really, really nice and firmly so you've got good pressure from your fingertips on the side of the bag. And we're going to come down to the cake and we're going to touch the cake with the end of the tip, and we're going to gently squeeze as we draw our hand upwards. So with our crocus flower, we want 3 petals to the inside and then another 3 to the outside. So I'm going to start off with the central one. So we're going to come down, we're going to touch the cake, just gently squeeze so you get a little bit of an anchor, and then pull upwards and stop that squeeze as you pull away. So you can see there how that petal has anchored onto the cake. I'm going to give it a little turn and I'm going to come in with the next one. So remember, we're doing 3. So let it anchor, squeeze, pull up, come away, and then we'll go in with our third one. Squeeze, pull up, stop, come away. So that's our 3 central petals, and then we want another 3. You can see there's 3 little gaps either side. We're going to come up and do another set. So just come to the bottom there, squeeze, gently pull up, come away, gently squeeze, pull up, come away, and do the same on the last bit. Oops, a little flip over there, but that doesn't matter. There's our little crocus flower. What we're going to do now is we're going to go around the whole of the top of this cake, repeating all of those little flowers. So now we're going to do 5, and then we'll go all the way around the outside. So I'll do 2 or 3 more, and then we'll speed up a little bit because it does get a little bit boring, me repeating the same flower over and over. So I'm going to come about 1.5 centimetres to the side and do exactly the same again. 1, 2, 3. And you do have to nudge your hand in just so you can get round the ones that you've already piped. And you can see I'm using my left hand as a bit of a crank. So every time I've piped a flower, I'm using my hand to twiddle it round and pipe the next one. So we'll go in here. 1, 2, 3, and then another one. 1, 2, 3. And we're just going to keep going all the way around our cake until we've completely filled with little crocus flowers. So we might have a little semi-speed up here as I go round and do them all, and we'll come in towards the end. Okay, so I'm just coming up to the last two little flowers on the outer edge, remembering to do 6 petals for each one. And don't forget, if your bag gets a bit loose, give it a little tighten. So stop what you're doing, give it a nice twist so that you've got really good pressure. That way you're going to get much nicer petals. And then we're just going to pop in and do that last little crocus. 1, 2, 3, and then those outer petals. And then our crocus flower isn't complete without those lovely, lovely stamens to the centre. So what we're going to do next is we're going to pick up another tip and we're going to pipe 3 little stalks to the centre of each of our flowers. Again, a little bit repetitive, but it's the detail that makes it look really lovely. So here I've got our number 1.5 tip. It's a really, really fine tip, and if you squeeze gently, you'll see the end coming out there. So make sure that your icing is really, really nice and soft and that it comes out really freely. Okay, so what you're going to do is come to the centre of each of the flowers. So we'll start with our middle one, come down, squeeze gently so you get a little bit of an anchor, and then pull up and away and release that squeeze so you get a nice little long line to the middle. So gently coming in, squeezing gently and pulling up and away, and then you get your little stalk. So we're going to try to go for 2 or 3 little stalks to the centre of each of our crocuses. There's another one and another one. And we'll go all the way around doing each of our flowers. Again, maybe we'll have a little speed up there as I go round. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So you've just got to poke that tip right in. Let each little stamen make an anchor and then pull up and away. So just one more little flower to do. You can see we've got all our lovely little stamens in there. Last one. 1, 2, 3. One final thing to do to finish off our crocus flower is to fill in all of those gaps around with some lovely, lovely green grass. So that's where I'm going to pick up my number 3 tip. Nice and tight on the bag, and make sure that your icing's really nice and soft. Otherwise it's not going to free flow out of the end of the tip. So I'm just going to make sure that that's coming out nicely. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come down to our cake and come in amongst all of those little gaps. And what you're going to do is pipe a small little ball, and then pull up and away as you release your squeeze on your hand, and that's going to create some grass. So we're going to work quite quickly as we go round, just pushing down and up, down and up, down and up, all the way round in all those little gaps. So poke that tip in, squeezing downwards and upwards. So you're almost creating like a little anchor, a little ball at the base of the grass. And then as you pull upwards, you're releasing the squeeze on your bag. So we'll just do a few more here to show you. So just forming a ball up, squeezing up and away. So all those little strands of grass. It's a bit like your little crocus is growing in amongst the grass, popping out of the garden, in amongst all that lovely grass. And there you go. I'm going to keep going all the way around our little crocus flower until we've finished. Okay, so just a few more little stalks to do, and then our beautiful crocus flower will be finished. And then just to remember, you will benefit from having really nice soft icing when you're doing grass. Your hand shouldn't hurt. It's quite a repetitive process, this. So yeah, if your hand starts to hurt, then your icing is obviously not soft enough. So I think we are done all the way around. A couple more in here. And there is our beautiful little crocus flower. Simple. So that's how you pipe a pretty crocus flower. For more of my online tutorials, please go across to the website and click on the Cake School. There's loads more fabulous flowers to choose from. See you soon.